guys, so today I am going to be filming a tutorial on this look that I'm wearing right now. It is a look that I posted a picture on Instagram of recently. It is a look using the Naked 3 palette. This is the only palette, or these are the only eyeshadows that I use for this entire look. This is not the only product I use in the entire video, but eyeshadow wise, this palette is it. They are gorgeous colors in there. I don't know if you guys own the Naked 3 or if you've seen it, but they are just beautiful shades of pink and purple undertones. They're like very warm. I mean, there are some cooler shades too in this palette, but more so on the warm side. There are some really great matte shades, beautiful shimmery shades, some smokier, darker shades if you want to do a more dramatic look. Really pretty shimmery, like light champagne, peachy shades for just a day-to-day basis. But really great palette. It also comes with a dual-ended brush, which is pretty nice. And I love the packaging. So it's just a lot cleaner than the original Naked palette. And I was debating on getting this versus the Naked 2, but the Naked 2 is so similar to the original Naked palette. And I was just like, I want something different. It just looks pretty similar. Except a lot of those shades are a little bit more cool tone than the original, but I just feel like this is just, I've just been so drawn to this palette just because the colors are so pretty. So if you guys would like to figure out how to get this look that I'm wearing, then just keep watching. Hello everyone, so I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into this tutorial. So as you know, I'm going to be using the Naked 3 palette by Urban Decay, which I was super excited about when I was filming. It's a gorgeous palette with just some really beautiful, versatile colors, some matte shades and shimmer shades. But anyways, I'm just going to go ahead and stop chatting here and get right into it. So I'm just priming my eyes with the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in NW20 just to create a nice base and good canvas for my lids, so when we put the eyeshadow on and everything, it just stays all day and doesn't slide around on my lids, and just help it to have a nice foundation for those colors to go on, so they really show through. And I'm just going to set the eyelid. You don't have to do this, this step is optional, but I find that sometimes my eyeshadow sticks a little bit too much to the concealer or my primer, and it's harder to blend the colors out. So I just like to set it a little bit with the translucent powder. But I'm going in with the color Limit, which is a really pretty kind of like light taupey pink shade. And I'm just using my fluffy brush, the Sigma brush. All my brushes that are used in the video for the most part are by Sigma. I have a few Real Technique brushes that I'm using, and I have one Eco Tools brush that I use. But I'll have everything listed below in the down bar, so be on the lookout for those things. And after you fluff that all over the crease area and a little bit in the outer V, go in with a denser brush into the color Muner, which is like a darker shade of Limit basically. And just intensifying the crease and outer corner. And this brush is more dense, so it's easier to get more pigmentation and precise placement of the color, whereas the big fluffy brush we used before just kind of throws the color on with no rhyme or reason really. And I just went back in and kind of blended a little bit with that same fluffy brush. I didn't put any more eyeshadow on there, so no additional product. And now I'm going into the color Buzz, which is a really pretty shimmery pink color. And that's going all over the eyelid there. And I'm just using this is actually an eyelid. This is an Urban Decay brush that came with the original Naked palette. And it's just like a flat shader brush, and I'm just using that to throw that color on there. And I'm pointing to Factory, but I'm actually going to be going into the color Liar and going over top of Buzz with the same, actually this is the brush, one of the ends of the brushes from the Naked 3 palette. It's the dual-ended brush, and I'm just going over top of Buzz with that. And then I'm going to take the other end of that brush and going into the color Trick, which is a pretty shimmery gold color, and just patting that over top of where I just applied Limit, or not Limit, Liar. And this is just going to add a little bit of a pop and a little more shimmer in the ball, like the ball of the eye. And then I'm going in to the color Dark Side, which is a dark kind of purpley gray color. And it's got a little hint of shimmer, but it's not very noticeable. And I'm just going in with a denser, more pointed brush for the outer V area, so we can really kind of keep it in the outer V there. And I do end up blending a little bit of that down towards the lash line a little bit, kind of on an angle. And I really like that, just kind of gives the lashes a little more of a smokier effect, and I just like the effect that it really gives when you kind of carry it down to the lash line, not the lower lash line, the upper lash line, just in that outer corner, just a little bit. And I'm just going back over with a little bit of buzz in the center of the eye there, just to make sure that it stays nice and bright. And I'm just highlighting the inner corner with the color Strange with a short shader brush by Sigma. This is important for just kind of helping to open up the eye, especially when you're using darker colors. Sometimes it can look a little bit heavy, so it's nice. It's like definitely a good thing to do is to have like a good inner corner highlight. And I got a little bit of eyeshadow on my forehead, I know, and I'm going to clean that up in just a second. I'm just cleaning up with a makeup wipe a little bit under the eye area as well, just to help kind of prep that area for when I go in with concealer and foundation in a little bit. Now I'm going to go ahead and line my lids, and I'm using the NYC liquid liner pen, and just going to do my usual winged liner, which is my go-to liner look. Whenever I'm doing a full-on eye look, I always like to have a little wing. Sometimes I do a smaller wing depending on what I'm doing or how I'm feeling and where I'm going, and other times I'll do a more dramatic one. But today I'm going to go for a little bit more of a dramatic wing. And I went in to clean up a little bit underneath my wing and ended up wiping off a little bit too much. So I ended up having to redo that wing a little bit, but that's okay. Sometimes that happens, you know. Sometimes you go and try and do your wing and you've done this a million times and you still mess it up and you have to go in and fix it and redo it. It just happens, so don't fret. Don't you worry, you will get the hang of it. Just stick with it and just keep trying, and I promise you will get it. Just don't give up. Something I have noticed, I've seen people or girls will wear their liner, but they won't bring the liner all the way into the inner corner, and they won't even carry it all the way, you know, to where their lashes stop in the inner corner. They will just kind of stop halfway, and or maybe like 3/4 of the way, and it just doesn't look right. I know you want to keep the eye open. You can definitely do that and not complete the liner all the way to the inner corner, you know, but you have to try and blend it out well, and you don't want it to look like a harsh stop and start where your band of liner is. So I highly recommend going to the inner corner if, you know, that's how, you know, if you're okay with that and you like the way that your eyes look with that, because I think it looks more seamless and it just looks more complete. But if you're worried about closing off your eyes, if you have smaller eyes, you can certainly kind of keep it in the outer third of your eyelid. And just kind of blend it a little bit. But now I'm going in with the Klein One mascara, just coating those top lashes really nicely. This was a free mascara actually for my birthday, so. And I just threw on some lashes. I just decided not to show that part on camera just to save some time. And I'm just going over top of where some of the glue is still drying a little bit, but I wanted to go ahead and coat the band where my band and my natural lashes meet, just so it blends, and any of the glue that may not have dried all the way, you know, that's showing a little bit, it will cover that up. It's just a little e.l.f. liquid liner. And where did I go? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm off camera here, doing something. Sorry about that, guys. Anyways, I'm going in with MAC Prep and Prime Highlighter in Radiant Rose. And I'm using this as like a color corrector under the eye area just to help kind of cancel out some of those purple tones. Because, you know, some of us girls have to deal with that kind of stuff. Gotta have something to get rid of those purple tones. I'm just blending it out with a beauty blender. You can use your finger, you can use a concealer brush, foundation brush, whatever makes you happy. And I'm going in with the Bobbie Brown Super Rich or Moisture Rich Foundation and just dabbing that all over the face and blending it out with my Beauty Blender. If you don't have a Beauty Blender, then you need to get one because they are awesome. This Beauty Blender has been amazing. I mean, I'm not joking. It just blends out your foundation so effortlessly, and you don't have, brush strokes showing on your face. I mean, it is just awesome. And I'm going in with the Maybelline Fit Concealer. I think it's in the lightest shade they have in this concealer. I think it's light, maybe fair. Don't quote me. I'll have it listed below. And I'm just highlighting down the bridge of the nose, a little bit around the mouth, corner of the nose, and a little bit in between my brows onto the forehead, just in the center there. And blending it out with a Beauty Blender so there's not any harsh lines. And then I'm going to go in with MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in NW20 again. Can't talk tonight. And just taking my finger and just applying that under the eye area right on top of where we did that highlight earlier with Radiant Rose. A little bit down the bridge of the nose just with some little excess that I had left in my finger. Now to set that with a tapered highlighting brush by Sigma and a little bit of the translucent powder by Rimmel. And then I'm going in with another shade in the Rimmel Stay Matte powder just to kind of lightly set the T-zone area so it doesn't budge. Then to bronze up the skin, instead of doing a contour, I just wanted to bronze up the face. So I'm using my fluffy brush and Benefit Hula bronzer, getting the cheekbones, the temples, a little bit on the tip of the nose, and the chin, and a little on the jawline. Now I'm going in with two blushes by MAC, Springsheen and Melba, and mixing the two of those together and blending it out towards where that bronzer is, just to give a nice kind of bronzed, like warmer look to the skin, kind of sun-kissed. And now for the lower lash line, which I love doing the lower lash line with eyeshadow. And I'm taking this brush, and it's a Sigma brush, and I'm going into the color Nooner and lining the lower lash line. And then I'm going in with my pencil brush into the color Liar and going right over top of that where I put Nooner and just blending that together with a little fluffy brush. And then coating those lashes on the bottom with some mascara because you can't forget to coat those with mascara. Don't neglect your bottom lashes, ladies. It does not look weird, I promise. It may look weird to you at first, but not to anyone else. And once you start doing it, you won't go back, I promise. Now just to fill in those brows, I was out of my Anastasia Brow Wiz. I ran out. I was so upset. So I just used what I had on hand, and it's just a little Maybelline Define a Brow pencil. It's not my favorite, but it worked and got the job done. So I'm just filling in those brows and getting a nice shape to them. Emphasizing that arch a little bit more. And just make sure you brush through them really well with a spoolie to help blend out that brow pencil so you don't have any harsh lines. Ow! Sorry, I have a kitty on my lap and the kitty is like clawing into my legs. And now I'm going in with the short shader brush by Sigma and just highlighting the inner corner and in the brow bone a little bit with the color Strange again. Then for the lips, I'm wearing NYX Hippie Chic, really bright kind of punchy coral color. And it was a little too bright for this look, so I went back over with Matte Creme Cup lipstick and just kind of patting it and blending it together with my finger. And I forgot to put my clear brow gel on, so I'm just doing that really quick. And I'm using MAC lip gloss in, I'm drawing Oyster Girl. Yes, I was drawing a blank on the name. And there you have it. So that is the finished look. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video and this tutorial was helpful for you all. And I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.